I'm Raygan Lopez, and I'm outside of Amarillo Police Headquarters with continuing coverage of former Police Chief Martin Birkenfeld, who was paid $175,000 to retire after supporting a child predator. Connect to Congress. I'm Raygan Lopez, and I sat down with Senator Ted Cruz for an exclusive interview. Among the things we talked about, two of the hottest topics in Texas, the one big beautiful bill and immigration. Another black eye for the Amarillo Police Department. I'm Raygan Lopez, and I'm at police headquarters. 4 months after the police chief retired amid controversy, one of their assistant chiefs hit an SUV and took off. An ABC7 storm chaser volunteered to help the Texas Hill Country after the deadly flooding. We spoke to him about the somber experience and what he witnessed. After ABC7 News broke the story Wednesday, upset taxpayers asked for someone to be held accountable. Andrew Trevino said, "You paid him my tax money? Unreal." Becky Breckenridge asked accountability. ABC7 reached out to the city to get answers. We called Mayor Cole Stanley, who told us, quote, "I'd like to start by saying the chief of police works directly underneath our city manager and deputy manager. Council's role in this was to support the decision fully that was made by staff in separating with Chief Birkenfeld. Since the mayor pointed the finger at Grayson Path, we asked the city manager for an interview. Instead, a city spokesperson emailed us their statement from February 21st, which we already reported, and does not address the payout. The city says because it's a personnel issue, they have no further comment. Birkenfeld was suspended February 17th for writing a letter in support of former Perryton football coach Cole Underwood. The letter was read in federal court before Underwood was sentenced to 30 years in prison after pleading guilty to having an illicit relationship with a student. Birkenfeld then retired February 21st after signing a separation agreement which included the six-figure payout. We will continue to push for answers about that money. In Amarillo, Raygan Lopez, ABC7 News. According to court records, 18-year-old Kevin Alexander Hunt is charged with possession of components of explosives. Hunt was booked into the Randall County Jail around 9:30 Friday night and is being held on a federal detainer. At this time, the Department of Public Safety will only confirm the arrest and charge. But according to a source, DPS learned about the plot and placed a GPS tracker on his SUV. They noticed Hunt was repeatedly driving the parade route. Multiple law enforcement agencies stopped Hunt on July 2nd at VFW Road and Tatum Schultz Lane. You can see in this viewer video, they approached his SUV with guns drawn. DPS executed a search warrant at his home in Canyon. They found bomb-making materials. According to a source, Hunt had gone around Amarillo and Canyon trying to buy an AR-15, but couldn't get one. He then bought magazines for an AR-15, hoping to still get an assault rifle. Hunt also bought a bunch of ammo. The day of the parade, area police were placed on alert in case Hunt was not acting alone. DPS is expected to release information about the case next week. An early morning explosion. I'm Raygan Lopez, and I'm here at Panhandle Milling, where one person died and 3 were critically injured in an explosion. Around 3:30 a.m. on Wednesday, the Hereford Fire Department and EMS were dispatched to an explosion at the mill in Dawn where they ground grain into flour. A building was found, partially collapsed. Fire Marshal Todd Murray said 3 people were burned and taken to the hospital. Around 6 a.m., the body of 36-year-old Melissa Munguia was found buried in the collapsed building. Her grieving family was at the scene, later posting on Facebook asking for nonstop prayers. We reached out to Deaf Smith Emergency Management, the fire marshal, and the sheriff. However, they declined an on-camera interview. We will continue to follow this developing story. In Dawn, Raygan Lopez, ABC7 News.
Tie your boulder around your neck and walk into an ocean. That's what justice looks like for me. I want them found.
The family of Felita Bailey is demanding justice for their beloved Fifi after she was murdered at an after-party over Labor Day weekend. Amarillo police say the party was held at a house on the 1300 block of Avondale. A fight spilled out into the street where shots were fired.
Do the right thing. And those who have information that were there at the gathering, you're just as guilty. Because guess what? The officers are coming after you too, because you're accessory to murder.
A short time later, Felita Bailey and a second unidentified victim arrived at the hospital. Felita's grandma said when she received the news, she couldn't catch her breath.
And when they called me into the room,
I already knew. I can't breathe.
Fifi would have turned 26 next month. Instead, her family only has memories to hold on to.
Yeah, Fifi.
Fifi.
Smiling, dancing.
Good
The
spirit.
turn up, good spirit, beautiful spirit.
Beautiful spirit. Granny.
Beautiful spirit.
Granny. Smiles contagious.
They're also asking the community to come forward with any information that might help police.
We want the public's help to bring justice for my daughter. I never in a million years would have thought I would be sitting here doing this, but I have to do this for my child. I hold back my tears because I done screamed them through the roof.
Felita's family has established a GoFundMe for anyone who would like to help with funeral expenses. A link to the GoFundMe is on our website, along with a link to upload surveillance video that might help the investigation. In Amarillo, Raygan Lopez, ABC7 News.